I hope everyone has had a lovely recess, but now it's time to learn. Hello, and welcome to my outstanding lesson.
Hello, how are you?
I'm pretty darn good, thanks. You?
Great.
Lovely stuff. Bad news, we don't have a guest this week. It'll be a short one this week where we'll just do a little bit of housekeeping, and I've got a little game for Jessie. Also an absolute belter of China news, so stay tuned for that. And we should say after this there will be one more episode of series 1 of my outstanding lesson. We don't know exactly when it will be ready. Sometime in the next few weeks, we hope. So if you just stay subscribed, and then when the episode's available, it will appear on your smart telephone or desktop.
If you are subscribed.
Some people listen on desktop computers. Did you know that?
Does that show up for you on your...
On the stats?
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's definitely...
I wonder who's doing that.
It's got to be a parent, I would think.
Your parent?
Someone who's had a child, I would have thought.
Why?
Young people listen on desktop
Smartphones.
computers.
But people our age are parents. Is that... Or do you mean like an older parent?
I still consider myself younger than the age at which you have children, which is wrong.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Right, okay. So the game I've got for Jessie today is a My Outstanding Lesson quiz. It's based on a fun game that a friend of mine and I play, where we both have Alan Partridge's autobiography on audio book. And incidentally, that is the funniest book ever written. And the game we play is we find a random point in the book, and 9 out of 10 times the line you reach randomly is bloody hilarious. So I did a similar thing with some My Outstanding Lesson episodes. I found a random point and I wrote down the quote that I landed on randomly.
Okay.
Your job, Jessie, is to guess which of our guests said this quote.
Okay.
And it's always a guess. It's never me or you.
So wait, when you're doing this with the Alan Partridge book, what are you guessing? Which character said it?
It's not. Yeah, it's not, we don't. There's no rules.
It's more like funny, not funny.
It's a fun pastime rather than a game. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Okay.
We used to play a game like this with M.O.L's Red Book.
Ooh.
Yeah, and we would
You and I have
open
played it together.
Have we played it? Yeah, right.
Good Mal, Bad Mal.
Good Mal, Bad Mal.
That is a fun game.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I should give credit to who. I'm sorry, I don't remember who came up with this game, but it was like you open the book, you read a part, and you decide if it was a great example of Mao's better side, or if maybe the policy was not his better side.
He definitely had 2 sides, didn't he?
So he's like good Mao, bad Mao, and everyone has to vote.
Okay, so for example, if we opened up Mao's Red Book, and
Which we could, I have it somewhere.
And the quote was, reward will come from hard work.
We might say, good Mao.
And if we opened up the book, let's not go down that road. There would be a few that probably would be quite obviously bad Mao.
All leaders make mistakes.
Yeah. Moving swiftly onto the game. Okay, quote number 1. At the end of the day, school is a results-based system.
Good Mao. Sorry.
No, rugged. That would be...
At the end of the day, schools is a results-based system. For some reason, Dave came to mind.
Dave is the correct answer. Very good.
I don't remember why. Okay.
For context, go back to episode
2.
Episode 2. Dave's episode. Good episode. Okay, quote number 2. When I have bad lessons, it's when I go against the flow.
Julia.
Yes, very good. Do you re-listen to these? Please say yes.
I have
Please
listened
say
to them, yes.
Okay, next one. What on earth are you doing here?
Oh, what on earth are you doing here? Is it something they said to someone in the podcast, or was this was part of their story?
Fair question. In this person's story, someone says it to this person. What on earth are you doing here?
I don't know. Someone said it to them.
Yeah.
The teacher.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
It's Thomas.
I was thinking Thomas.
The
I should have just said
context
it.
is his second mentor is surprised that he is
Right,
in special measures.
As in, like, how did you end up in this bad situation?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
I think you might get this one. I'm crazy, and I get to be crazy too.
Lowly.
Yes. And I'm pretty sure you will get this one as well. I went to a thrift store and I got a whole bunch of different things.
Oh, it was my mom. Of course it was
It's
my mom.
Monica.
Right.
Very good. You got 4 out of 5.
Okay, that's pretty good.
And if you'd been braver,
I could have had
you would have got 5.
Yeah.
Lovely stuff.
I mean, I was there for the recording and I have listened to all the episodes, so if I can't get it, who can, really?
This is a bit mean because we've not prepared this, but any favourite moments of the series?
Podcast favorites?
Yeah.
Well, my favorite overall episode was the one with my mom, just because I think it was special that my mom was here. And actually, I thought it was a cute example of a lesson. She's not actually a teacher. She doesn't have a lot of teaching experience, and it was just like so heartfelt to have the people together and to have kids and adults problem solving together. I think that's a pretty great model, actually, that we could look at more.
Lovely stuff. Yeah.
What about you? Any favorites?
Oh, goodness me. I should have really thought about this since I asked you that. I have to give the games.
Okay.
You know I love a good game. So
love
I
games.
liked our Christmas special game. I like playing
Yeah, that was a good.
Just a Minute with Scarlett. Any time where we had some good banter playing games is my favourite memories.
I thought Rachel's episode recently, I was listening to it on the way to work. I wish, sorry, this is not a good story, but I just remember having a moment where I was like, oh, I should do that in class today. And I was like, that's what this podcast is all about.
That's a great story. That's.
I just can't remember what the
Not the old lady's pussy thing.
I was not going to play that game. I have not played that game with the kids. But I think if I taught more English, I would actually use more of our games. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd enjoy playing them. They're good ideas for games nights as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
The podcast is really good. That's what I'm trying to say.
It's a great pod.
Uh-huh.
Oh, in fact, we should say that in order to spread our message far and wide, I think we should set our listeners a task. And, dear listener, your task is to, I'll just say it, steal one of your friends, colleagues, family members' phones and subscribe for them to My Outstanding Lesson.
What a strange task to set.
Yeah, well, we can call it utilitarianism. I think they're going to be a bit annoyed with their phone being stolen, but they will quickly get over it once they listen to our brilliant content.
Freddie steals people's phones and does this quite often for them.
Right, moving on. You were promised a stone cold stormer of a China news, and
Right.
I think I've got a really good one.
I haven't heard it yet, so I'm looking forward.
So a couple of weeks ago, I was on an internal flight from Shanghai to Kunming in South China, and I had the window seat. The middle of the three was a small child, I think about 3 years old, and his mama was in the aisle seat. And about halfway through the flight, they speaking in Chinese, of course, and she stands the kid up on the seat, so his feet are on the seat, and I think, oh dear, I think I might know what's going to happen, and she pulls down his trousers.
Oh, I thought so, but I didn't want to guess.
Yeah, and I think, oh good lord, and she takes out like a clear plastic polythene bag. And the boy just wheezed straight into the bag.
Why wouldn't they go to the bathroom?
I checked, and it was not occupied. And the boy was not distressed. He was not bursting. And then he finishes his stuff. He fills up a lot of the bag. And then she like ties it up, so it looks like some sort of, or some like it looks a bit like the bags you win goldfish in at some sort of mad wee fair, and then she like extends her left arm into the gangway.
The aisle.
Yeah, into the aisle, and then the flight attendant has to come and take it off her hands.
That is wild. And so what did the
Right, I'm glad you
say?
reacted that way, because Jesse's quite understanding of like cultural differences, as I hope I am.
When I say wild, I mean surprising.
It is mad, isn't it? That is mad. But I asked my co-teacher, because I thought this was a bit mad, but of course we all do things differently in different countries. So I don't want to be too judgmental. So I went to my Chinese co-teacher and I told her this story, and I said, right, mad or normal? And she said, it's mad, but I've done it.
It's mad, but I've done it.
She's done it with her child, yes.
On the plane.
Yeah.
But why wouldn't she go to the bathroom? I understand, like, let's say the seatbelt sign is on or something, and you've got a little kid there, and you have to deal with it.
It was very clear from body language and tone of voice that this was not an emergency situation. It was thought out.
So actually, when I was, this is the second story we've had about children peeing into containers on transit, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, Loli told one as well.
Oh, right, sure, yeah. that was a 999 SOS.
That was like, yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so
sorry, 911.
When I first arrived here, and this is very common, I think, when people first arrive to China, they see the baby pooping in the street, which if you don't live in China, you might not be aware that this is kind of a cultural thing here, that it's just part of potty training is if the child has to go to the bathroom, they do it where they have to do it, and everyone kind of gets over it. It's totally reasonable. They're children, right? Yeah, and they don't do diapers, so actually it's much better for the environment. They often just have like little pants that have a split in them, so that they can just go to the bathroom when they need to. So the first time that I saw this, though, I was in IKEA, and I saw a little kid with like split pants, which I hadn't noticed yet, so I found that so odd. And then it was like his mother had like a sushi container that she just like pulled out.
Good Lord.
No sushi in it. And she was coaching him in the middle of the aisle in IKEA to go poop into this little sushi container. Truly. Yeah, I was blown away. I remember being like so confused, and I was like, is that what I think it is? And I kind of like was looking over and trying not to stare, but I mean, definitely
I know
staring.
IKEA is always slightly mad and hectic when you go there, but I mean...
That's pretty intense.
Yeah, I mean... Crowds is the worst I've experienced there. I think poo in a sushi box.
You see it in the street and it's like not a big deal. But when you see it in IKEA or on a train, that's where it really really surprises us foreigners. I have a really lovely picture though of a child. Lovely picture of a child going to the bathroom. Shit. I'll ask my friend if we can post it on the website. But it's a child. What? And he's beside his grandfather. Yeah, maybe we can't post this.
I think we don't.
He's beside his grandfather, and his grandfather's on a motorcycle, and they're at a stoplight, and the child is crouched down peeing, and it's pouring rain. It's such a great photo. It's such a great photo. And you can tell that it's like, okay, go to the bathroom, and then Grandpa pulls them back up, and they go on their merry way.
Lordy, lordy, lord. 这是什么?
你好吗?
China news. Right. Yeah, so your task is to... spread the podcast far and wide, and of course follow on the gram at My Outstanding Lesson, and if you can leave excuse me, if you can leave a review on iTunes, that is of course gratefully accepted. So I think that's all I need to say. Thanks for listening.